Hey there, I just want to say this really quick. Hopefully, it won't take more than 5 minutes. I was just thinking, um, I was thinking to myself, well, here's what I was thinking. When I was taking a shower, sometimes, when you're in the shower and the water's running, sometimes, things come to you when the water is running. But I was thinking to myself, Cassie is the right person that could have come out about Diddy with a lawsuit. Because I'm not going to say had it been anybody else, but I'm going to just be honest based on my own observation. So it's what I observed, and this is the conclusion that I've come to based on my own observation, not because of any type of hatred towards any group of people. Had there been a dark skinned so-called black woman that would have come out about Diddy, I don't know if it would have been as much sympathy, even if they would have saw a tape of him beating on a dark skinned woman. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there was a tape circulating with R. Kelly. Whether that's him or not doesn't matter. Most people believe it's him, whether it's him or not. Because I told you, I believe that tape with Diddy and Cassie, I don't even think that was real. That looked like either AI or a green screen. It looked like something that just wasn't right about it. It was too much glitching for me. And I know it's an old hotel tape, a motel. What would Diddy be doing in some kind of 3-star motel? The man, I mean, at the time he was still a multi-millionaire. What would he even be doing there where people can see his face and Cassie? Somebody else brought that up. That's not my somebody else brought that up. So that's one thing. But another thing is the tape just didn't look right. I don't care how old it is. I looked at old tapes before. It just looks old, but it doesn't glitch. But my point is, some people speculate whether that was actually R. Kelly that was peeing on that girl. But the point is, most people thought it was him. But you know what the thing is? I feel like people had sympathy for R. Kelly. I feel like a lot of women had sympathy for R. Kelly, right? But it seemed like with Cassie, with him coming out beating this woman, with this tape coming out. Now, whether the tape is real or not, I feel like it's fake. But then I don't put it past him to put his hands on somebody, even if the video is fake of Cassie and him in that videotape. I don't put it past him to put his hands on a woman, right? But the point I'm making is, had that probably been even a little 10-year-old dark-skinned girl that Diddy was hitting on, it doesn't seem like it would have been as much hate for Diddy as it is because it was Cassie. And now I'm not just saying just Cassie alone, it's Cassie being a person that's not dark skinned, not just Cassie. So had it been a white girl, people would have had sympathy for him. Like that what's that guy that came out with Birth of a Nation? It's a movie called Birth of a Nation. I want to get his name right because I keep forgetting him, but he was a football player. He came out with this movie called Birth of a Nation. Anyway, he was accused of raping somebody in college, but she was drunk. And a lot of people boycotted his movie because of his allegations of raping somebody. Hold on a second. And I'm going to get to the point. I'm talking long. Hurry up. I'm going to hurry. Birth of a Nation. I'm going to try to feel in no more than 6 minutes. I'm going to try to get this done. Not the 1915 one. The newest one. 2016. Who was that by? I just don't, I'm trying to get his name. Anyway, I'm trying not to take too long. If I can't get his name, that's all right. I don't see because I don't know the man. Nate Parker. That's his name, Nate Parker. And so I guess a lot of people boycotted his movie because allegedly even though he got off, I believe he was found not guilty, but supposedly he had raped a girl while she was drunk. Now, he seems to have a preference for white women, right? So it would appear that somebody would believe that the person that he might have raped was white. And so it's a lot of black women that was wanted to be, not just black women, but people in general, that was wanting to be upset with him because allegedly he raped a white woman, even though he was not charged for it. I don't believe he did any time for that. He wasn't charged. He wasn't found guilty. But even him not being found guilty, a lot of people held against him. Now, I'm not taking up for anybody. The point I'm making is I've seen black women in those, well, I've heard of black women. I haven't seen them with my own eyes, but I've heard of black women in those exact same situations that have been done just as worse or even just as bad or even worse than that. And people have a habit of wanting to really come down hard on, especially a darker skinned black woman. But not even darker skinned black woman. Like if she's just, even if she's like on a lighter tone, just the fact that you can just tell that she's black. At this point in with the so-called black woman, I don't even think it's about really being that dark skin. I think if the person, you can just tell that she's black, you just all come down hard on her. It could be the same situation. And so the point I'm making is that here's the question that I was asking myself. Why is it that dark skinned women get treated so horribly? Why do they get treated so horribly simply because of their complexion? And it came to me in the shower. Said they are treated like that because thousands and thousands and thousands of years they have always tolerated this treatment from their own men. They have always tolerated, like for this example, the Moors. I've heard another Moor say this. So, how they lusted after white women, okay? And they took white women as sex slaves in Europe, okay? And they took a white woman as sex slaves and called them their queens. And while they were taking white women as their sex slaves, what were the black women doing it? Probably sitting back, tolerating it like they do now. And even when you look at Egypt, I mean, some of those paintings, I rarely see anybody that look very dark skinned. Those women tend to look very mixed to me, even in the Egyptian paintings. But just for centuries, not even centuries, millennia. And this is not nothing I'm making up. A lot of so-called black women know this. For centuries, after the overturning of matriarchy, um, black men have done everything to erase black women for thousands upon thousands of years. And black women, have done nothing but support black men anyway. And it comes to a point where this is not even about bashing. It comes to a point where you need to know when you're not appreciated and move on. Like seriously, it comes a time where it's not even about bashing or hating anybody. You have to know when somebody just really wants to erase you, they don't appreciate you, and it comes a time where you have to move on and just take care of yourself. And for some reason, some black women seem to not want to figure that out. And I know I'm past, what's that, 9 minutes? Okay, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. But anyway, so yeah, that's all I got. The reason why this black women, especially the most dark skinned black women in the United States of America, I'm not speaking about anywhere else, but in the United States of America, seems to be the most hated, is because this is just what they have tolerated for so long, and it's been attempts to erase the black women for thousands of years. Now, whether that would be successful, I don't really think so. But the point I'm making is there's a lot of black women that seems to, no matter what they can see what their men are doing and support them anyway. Don't care. Okay. But anyway, that was it. And I'll talk to you later.